Yeah, this is actually one of the newer Zelda randos. I think this rando came out in April, I want to say. And this rando is really, really fun. I feel like it's kind of slept on. I feel like not as many people play this as they maybe should. Alright, looks like we're getting started. And they are off, I believe. Let's see how this goes. So if you guys are not familiar with this game, this is one of the Zelda games that came out on the Nintendo 3DS, came out back in 2013, and it's a sequel to A Link to the Past, but I feel like it's more of a spiritual sequel. It's kind of it started out as a remake, and then they ended up just making a whole new game out of it. Early on in the rando, they want to be running around and trying to get as many items as possible, because in order to win this randomizer, they need to make their way to Lorule Castle and defeat Yuga Ganon, who is waiting for them in there. But in order to get to Lorule Castle, they need to be able to get to Lorule. And to get to Lorule, they need to get a couple of items. I believe they need to find the Master Sword, so that's going to be 2 progressive sword upgrades for each of them. Swords are progressive in this game, so there are, I want to say 4, right? There's 4 swords that are in this game, and whenever they find any of them, it will just give them the next sword in the process. So first they're going to find the Hero's Sword, I think it's the Hero's Sword in this, and then after that they'll find the Master Sword. They need to get the Master Sword and Ravio's Bracelet, and once they have those 2 things, they can start heading up through Hyrule Castle, up through the Gauntlet, and then they will be able to leave Hyrule Castle, and once they leave Hyrule Castle, they will exit through a portal that they'll merge through, and then they will be in Lorule. And once they're in Lorule, they need to obviously end up getting to Lorule Castle so they can fight the final boss. And in order to do that, the victory conditions in this randomizer, you can see on the bottom row of the trackers, obviously they're all gray and dark right now, but there are 7 paintings. In a lot of randomizers, like if you guys have watched Link to the Past randomizer, you know that, at the very beginning of the seed, the runners check their map, and they figure out where their different pendants and crystals are to see which dungeons they need to be. In this randomizer currently, those are not randomized. So all of the paintings are only in the Lorule dungeons, which is where they are in the vanilla version of this game, and all of the pendants are in the Hyrule dungeons. So the objective of this randomizer is to make their way to Lorule, beat all of the dungeons in Lorule, and then beat the final boss.
So Lemon did a trick called Early Death Mountain. That actually opens up all of Ravio's shop early, because the cutscene of the mountain exploding sets that flag. And that cutscene will basically give him 8 checks for free, as long as he has the required rupees, which he has enough rupees to get at least 1 of every item. And Lemon is actually death warping to get back to the house fast.
Yeah, there's not much else you can do at Death Mountain this early.
And also, fun fact, Yuga Ganon's loading zone does not exist until you have all 7 paintings. Also, that is a stacked shop.
Yeah, so there's the bracelet and one of our swords, which are, the things that I was talking about needing. Shows the model of the Master Sword in the shop, but when they get it, it is just the regular sword. So, don't get too excited.
So you'll see Ravio said that somebody was renting the bee. That's just a rupee. But it means that Thieves does not have anything important. And I see Lemon has left behind the most important item, the net. How could he?
The net is actually really useful. It lets you pick up fairies. I guess these people are better than me. I grab as many fairies as I possibly can, because dying is kind of easy in this game. But a lot of times you want to die, especially early on in the rando.
Yeah, dying in Randomizer is very powerful when you know how to use it.
And there Br00ty goes, back home. Yeah, so, good question. There is no such thing as a rental in this randomizer. Even though in the regular game, when you go to Ravio's shop, you purchase things and then you keep them until the next time you die. In this randomizer, the concept of rentals has been completely removed. Maybe in a future update it'll be added back in, but everything you see in Ravio's shop that they're purchasing, they get to keep that permanently, no matter what happens.
And that same applies to every item you get. You start off with the version you buy.
Yeah, if you find a chest and it has the hookshot in it, it is going to be the permanent hookshot, not the rental hookshot.
So I guess also some of you may have noticed that Br00ty has an interesting character model. That is the Fierce DD Link from Triforce Heroes, which is built off the same engine as the Link Between Worlds. So he was able to just take the texture and put it into this game.
I didn't realize that was from Triforce Heroes. I thought that was like a custom thing that someone made. That's pretty sick. I guess that knowledge would require me to have actually played Triforce Heroes at some point, which, haha.
Yeah, I may or may not be third in any percent in that game currently.
I might have to take that as a challenge. Might have to become second.
Well, somebody else already did.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah. You know what I mean. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, since the dungeon prizes in this aren't shuffled, both of our runners know that there is no reason they will ever have to complete any of the dungeons here in the overworld. The 3 dungeons in the overworld are the Eastern Palace, the Tower of Hera, and House of Gales. A lot of times there do end up being some decent things in Eastern Palace and around the outside of Eastern Palace, and there are a couple checks you unlock from completing it, so we might see them go there, but just for the sake of this not being an absolutely horrible seed for the showcase, I believe that all of the checks that are inside House of Gales and all the checks that are inside Tower of Hera are not able to have anything good in this randomizer, at least for this race.
Yeah, Gales and Hera can lead to situations where you can get like an item stuck deep inside those dungeons with no way of knowing, since we don't have hints yet.
Yeah, 90% of randos that you see played for this game, no one is ever going to go there unless they absolutely last location it. Looks like Br00ty's having some fun with the chicken minigame over there. All you gotta do is not get hit for 30 seconds. Yeah, there are a couple mini games that are excluded. There's a fairy that costs 3,000 rupees, and you can only give her like 200 at a time, so that one takes forever. And then there's the pedestal, which would require us to complete all 3 of the Hyrule dungeons. Pretty much just like, this seed was made to be as fun to watch as possible, and hopefully fun to play for our runners as well. We'll see how they feel about it later.
Yeah, and Treacherous Tower Intermediate is a very slow check that is extremely out of the way.
Very long, very out of the way, and not likely to... Actually, it is pretty likely to have things if you have it on, isn't it?
I don't think any check in this game is more skewed to have checks, but I have had a race seed where I won because I did Treacherous Tower early as a gamble.
Very powerful, very powerful. We're going to see LemonKong get the Master Sword, so he could decide to continue wrapping up some checks in Hyrule before he heads to Lorule, because there are good odds that there will be some things that he needs in this area. And it looks like he is going to go ahead and check these couple things, because he's already here, so might as well. Wonder if he's going to do the dungeon, though. And there's this another sword, back to back.
So yeah, Red Sword is actually quite the upgrade, and while it's not gotten in any percent, it's gotten in glitchless, because the damage increase will be very helpful for the boss fights, as some of the boss skips you do in any percent are just... Well, one of them just isn't viable for rando due to how difficult it is. and Lemon is suffering having blue mail early without Bell.
Yeah, Bell is not something you find often in Rando, but when you do find it, it's very convenient.
Yeah, and Br00ty has bombs, which are very important for doing a lot of the tricks in Rando.
Where were those? I missed that.
Bombs were on the chest in that area south of Link's house. They're on that chest you have to merge to.
Oh, like from the desert?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an easy one to forget. But I don't think LemonKong will. At some point, he will be coming back to Hyrule and getting it.
Yeah, since bombs are both required to just beat the game and make a lot of the tricks for Unrestricted a lot easier.
Yeah, since this is Unrestricted, they're allowed to do any glitch or trick that they like. And that means that there really aren't that many items required to beat this randomizer. Obviously, they need the bracelet and the Master Sword, which we see Lemon already has those. But they're going to need the Bow of Light to fight the final boss. And then just to complete all of the dungeons that they have to complete in Low Rule, we're going to see them finding the bombs, the hook shot, both the fire and the ice rod, and then probably also the Pegasus boots, depending on the way they want to do the tricks.
You also need flippers to beat Swamp Palace. It is ridiculous how hard flippers lock Swamp. Like, Lemon's life goal in this game is to find flipperless Swamp, and the game just keeps saying no at every opportunity.
There's a lot of water in there, and you kind of need flippers to swim.
Hey friends, would it be okay if I quickly read a donation and remind people of the upcoming incentive?
Absolutely, of course.
Of course.
Alright, just want to quickly read the donation from Captain GMV saying, "Have fun with the run, my friend," and $15, I think that went to Grumpmeister, who just did Wand of Gamelon. And we're also waiting for a few more donations because there is some upcoming incentives. All of that for Pank One. Pank One Network, if you didn't hear about it yet, is a foundation trying to network between science and medicine and everybody in the medical field, trying to improve the odds of treating pancreatic cancer, which is a really great cause, and they do this worldwide. And we are so happy to create some income or some donations for them here with this event. Upcoming next, for example, as a big incentive is the Breath of the Wild All Shrines extended incentive for the glitchless Master Sword pull. So for the ultimate hype, without glitches, pulling the Master Sword the intended way with getting enough hearts and this hype moment, we are gathering donations, $159 of $600 there, and that's in a couple of hours. So if you can and want to help, consider donating to that one so we can get it met and also beat the final result of ZSRM 2018, because we're really close.
Thank you guys so much for all your donations, for real. Seeing that Master Sword getting pulled will be pretty awesome, so make sure you guys get your donations in for that.
So we saw Br00ty talking to Mother Maya, and the reason why he's doing that is so he can actually get the bomb upgrade, as with bombs, many of the tricks you can do with them are either frame perfect or a 2-frame window, which is not very fun, so getting nice bombs allows you to make those tricks a lot easier and just infinitely more consistent. And they also do more damage, which is a nice bonus.
And they're also really big. They're giant. They're like bigger than Link. And he can just pull them out of his pocket whenever he wants.
Nice bombs do also allow for damage boosting onto ledges, known as lemon boosting, named after the runner LemonKong, who discovered it. Wonder how he named it.
If I came up with something that big, I would take the credit too. So yeah, Lemon is just finishing up the Gauntlet of Hyrule Castle. He's got to fight Yuga here, and then after that, he's going to be sent into Low Rule, and from there, he can start doing dungeons. Usually, I would go for the Thieves' Hideout first, but without flippers, that's going to be tough.
LemonKong does not have the items to do Thieves' Hideout flipperless currently.
I don't even know how that would work. Maybe it's been explained to me before.
You can find in the Link Between Worlds Randomizer Discord various clips of flipperless Thieves' Hideout. It is quite the trick and requires, I believe, either Ice Rod or Bombs and Tornado Rod.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of things that we do not have yet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised. This is a pretty slow start. Usually you have, like, I know we have bombs now, but usually I feel like we see more of like the bigger required items, at least a couple within the first 10 minutes. And to answer the question of how this randomizer works, so basically a randomizer program is ran with a ROM for this game, and it goes in and it messes with the code and it messes with the game, and it swaps the locations of all the items in the game. So all the pieces of heart, all the heart containers, all the keys in the dungeons, all the compasses, all the items in the shop and in the overworld, they're all mixed together. There is logic behind it, so seeds are going to be beatable, but everything is all mixed and shuffled around.
So Br00ty just got his Master Sword, which means that we will most likely be seeing him enter Laurel soon, and Br00ty actually does have the items to complete a dungeon in Laurel, Dark Palace.
Wonder if he's gonna go get that red sword.
Yeah, that check is very easy to skip, and I would not be surprised if he does.
If I were him, he has bombs. I would go ahead and do everything out here except for the hookshot chest. I probably would also do the dungeon here, but I've never raced this before, so I feel like that's kind of a risk that you should probably take when you're in a race, to skip the dungeon.
I would have done the dungeon myself, since I know Eastern very, very well.
There tend to be things on the checks after the dungeon.
And plus,
also with the way that this randomizer is currently coded with the item placement algorithm, a lot of the big items that are required to beat the game tend to be found in the overworld. So we'll probably be seeing them doing their best to full clear the overworld before trying too hard to get into the dungeons. But on rare occasions, you can find some good items in dungeons. It just seems to be less likely.
Yeah, I don't think this game has any prioritization. Since unfortunately the developer did not leave too many comments in his code for the game. It's rando. It's not the easiest to figure out what's doing what.
Yeah, so Br00ty's gonna go ahead and do Eastern Palace. I wonder if this will pay off for him. It's not the longest dungeon ever, but if it doesn't have anything for him, that is not going to be super good, especially since Lemon is already in low rule. Gonna go ahead and buy a Scoot Fruit, because there's a guy he has to give that to who'll give him an item. And he's gonna buy a shield, because he cares about being safe and protected. The best play.
I am against getting shield in any capacity unless you manage to get the Highland Shield from a check.
The orange one just looks so good with that blue tunic, too. The right thing to do.
But Eastern Palace is actually one of the coolest dungeons, in my opinion, with how many combinations of items you can use to beat it.
Yeah, usually in the vanilla version of the game, I think the only item you're even allowed to have for Eastern Palace is just the bow, right? Unless you're doing...
In glitchless, in glitchless you have bow, lamp, and sword. Which...
Yeah, it's really cool that you can pretty much use any item to beat it. You would think that you'd need some sort of projectile like the bow, but bombs are enough.
Yeah, bombs are enough, however, bombs are just slower than the bow. And the bow, unfortunately, while not required, is a huge convenience item. Which probably comes from me speedrunning it and using it so much.
Yeah, the bow definitely speeds up a lot of fights. I don't use it as much as I should when I play this. Lemon's gonna go ahead and get the bombs. Very nice. Glad he didn't forget this. Usually the flippers are found very, very early in this because they're required for so many things. I really wonder where they're gonna be.
Flippers are actually only required technically to beat one dungeon, which is Swamp, but logic, I believe they're required to beat 3.
Yeah, I've played quite a few randomizers of this, and it tends to pop up before I get to low rule. I'm usually able to glitchlessly get through Thieves as soon as I get there.
Glitches and Thieves tend not to save as much time as they seem. And in fact, I actually think Flipperless Swamp is quite a bit slower than doing it with flippers.
As I think it would tend to go for most flipperless things, no?
Turtle Rock isn't... Well, getting to Turtle Rock is about the same. It's a bit slower because you have to do the whole setup. But
yeah, once you're in there, I feel like that'd be definitely worth it.
Once you're in there, it's the same. And Turtle Rock is actually the easiest dungeon to get into flipperless, in my opinion. Well, its Hyrule counterpart, House of Gales, is an absolute pain.
I wouldn't think that'd be too much more difficult, but I don't know. Key sanity has not currently been implemented as far as shuffling keys from dungeons into the overworld, but within their respective dungeons, the keys are all in random places.
But with Turtle Rock, the thing that makes it so much easier is, at least for me, is there's a spot that's a really nice setup for the trick to get into it flipperless, which we might see LemonKong and Br00ty do, since I believe both of them do know how to do it. And
we're not seeing flippers, so... Yeah, I'd like to learn a thing or two. Let's see what these guys can show me. Really hoping to see something in Eastern, because it seems at this point that Lemon probably isn't going to do it. I'm not sure. So this will feel very bad for Br00ty this early on in the race if this ends up having nothing.
Yeah, that would be a bit rough, but however, finishing Eastern and not having anything definitely isn't the end of the world, since there are quite a few checks you unlock by beating Eastern, which may have items.
There's the one in Rosso's house, there's Gully's pouch, and there's the Irene check. Is it just those three?
I believe so.
Those tend to be pretty good, I feel like.
And all three are very quick and easy checks. I guess a fun fact about the Rosso's house check is, on the first day of the randomizer, we found a soft lock relating to Rosso's house, which locked half of the people racing out of beating the game, because that had Bell of Light and we couldn't get the chest.
Oh no. Nothing like, finding out big bugs live like that.
Yep, 5 hours in.
Yeah, so in order to get into the final dungeon, Lowrul Castle, and beat the game, they're going to need all 7 paintings, which are in the dungeons in Lowrul. So all 3 of the Hyrule dungeons aren't required. House of Gales, Tower of Hera, and Eastern Palace are all not required. But we are seeing Br00ty check out Eastern Palace. He hasn't found anything in here so far, but I believe there are still 5 or 6 chances?
6 more checks relating to Eastern that he has left.
But even if there was nothing here, at the end of the day, it was probably like, what, 5 or 6 minutes in this dungeon? Not too bad. Anything can happen in this window.
I'd say about 6 minutes in the dungeon.
I'm honestly surprised that Lemon is doing so many things in Hyrule still. He's got a big advantage over Br00ty with Lowrul access right now.
Well,
there's
Lemon
Titan's Mitt on Yuga. That could be interesting.
Yeah, Titan's Mitt could be huge. But Lemon also doesn't have... I think Lemon only now has the items to beat Thieves pretty fast, but not the items to do anything else as far as I'm aware. Wait, no, he doesn't have the items to beat Thieves, my bad. He needs flippers.
There are still a lot of things that can be done in the overworld, right? Like, he can access... There's a Hinox in Lowrul that gives you 6 items at once. That guy usually has something.
Yes, Lemon still has quite a lot of checks he can access. Ice Rod, that is...
Very nice.
That is huge. That's access to Turtle Rock. And
yeah, I'm not sure how many checks exactly are locked by the Titan's Mitt that Br00ty found, but if it's one of the things that's required to beat the game, Lemon is going to have to find himself coming into Eastern at some point. And that's going to feel really bad if he holds it off for too long. But there's also a chance it'll lead to nothing. We'll see.
Yeah, Titan's Mitt, it's only a small handful of checks I can think of. But Titan's Mitt does allow you to get some more Maiamais, which will be useful for getting nice bombs, as he does not have boots or flippers, which lock a good amount of Maiamais.
Yeah, there's plenty you can find that are just on walls, though. You only need 10 to get nice bombs out of the 100 that are in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a small amount.
There's the ice rod and the fire rod. Back to back, basically.
What, only 3 items away from go mode for Lemon now. That is... Oh. Eastern
Those
is
items
required. Flippers, which Br00ty just got off of Irene. Hookshot and Bow of Light.
Br00ty is probably feeling very good right now. He has no clue where the fire and ice rod are, though. So it's honestly anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, it is still very much anybody's game, and honestly, considering with Unrestricted, boots could be considered a go mode item. So,
oh yeah,
and boots can be anywhere,
and
boots can technically be anywhere. So we may see. So we could end up very well with a situation of boots being in one of the dungeons where they would want to use boots to skip it.
Yeah, there's some really awesome skips for both Desert Palace and Ice Ruins, where you can use boots to basically... For Desert Palace, you don't even have to enter the dungeon, but for Ice Ruins, it skips the majority of it. But you can only do those, in the way that I know them at least, if you have the Pegasus boots.
You can't do the ice skip without boots, and for Desert Palace, you have to still fight the boss.
Oh, yeah.
You do not need Sand Rod for, but...
You'd like it, and you'd also like some sort of projectile, so you don't have to use sword beams.
Yeah, and if you want to know about how bad that is, you can watch the current low percent world record, which uses that strat of using sword beams to hit Zaganaga, which is the boss of Desert.
Yeah, that is not... I think I've done that once without Pegasus boots, and I hope I never have to do it again.
I think I remember that, because the low percent world record holder was actually there while you were doing it.
Made a fool out of myself. When don't I, though? I'm really hoping there's going to be something cool within one of those dungeons they want to skip. And we'll see if one of them decides to take the risk and dive into it early.
Yeah, definitely. LemonKong hitting 10 Maiamais, so he could technically now do Turtle Rock. Actually, wait, no, he can. Yeah, can he do Turtle Rock? I don't think he can do Turtle Rock because he doesn't have Tornado Rod.
What is this cave that Br00ty is in? I've never gone through here.
That is a cave.
The more you know. Wow.
Yeah, that is a cave that is not used in speedruns since you get the bell extremely early. And I have not played Rando since my time here at the Randomizer Showcase.
That's useful. You can just walk straight through.
The more you know, by the way. Just saying quickly, thank you, Andrew Dittman, again for $100, saying, just woke up to support 2 of my favorite streamers. Let's go Br00ty and let's go D-God. Let's go everybody, or everyone that is here to raise money for this good cause. Again, Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Andrew. That is so freaking generous. Thank you, man. Hope you got some good sleep. The nice bombs have been acquired by LemonKong. We'll see how many times he gets up to using them.
Yeah, and I would assume LemonKong would be using them. Oh, Lemon... Wait. What? Oh, I know what Lemon's doing. He is going to be doing Flipperless Flipper Treasure Dungeon. And this is one of his creations, where it is actually the fastest way to beat this dungeon is without having flippers.
I am intrigued. I have definitely seen some really good items in this place multiple times. Again, I don't think it's weighted anymore, but it just seems to be good. Having some trouble with this throw here. Nice. Yeah, as you can see, the blast range on the nice bombs is absolutely crazy. They're incredible to have.
So the reason why LemonKong is able to swim is an instance of what's known as fake flippers, which, if you know about A Link to the Past, it works very similarly. And this water-raising fake flippers doesn't actually work in Swamp Palace for some reason, which is, I guess, one of the most interesting things, as the water raises similarly in both, but...
Yeah, I thought it was the exact same. That's interesting. Those definitely should be hitting.
LemonKong's going to be using a glitch called animation storage here to hop up onto that chest. And that is a very useful trick, which is very powerful in Rando if you know how to use it, and does not require a lot of time to learn.
And you can get hooked up with a very useful piece of heart. And now he's stuck here, so he has to find a way to warp back to Link's house, which unfortunately, with the blue tunic, which gives him double defense, could take longer than he wants. Oh, but he can just do this. Yeah, good call.
It looks like Br00ty is going to be completing Sanctuary, which I do not believe that unlocks any checks, but it's a fast handful of checks that he can do.
I want to say Lemon did this earlier.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he did then. Yeah, Blue Mail, while it is a nice item, unfortunately for Randomizer with how useful Death Warping is, you don't generally want to ever see it. And the mail upgrades are all progressive, same way the sword is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that Br00ty had been there as well, but then I was like, I guess that must have been Lemon. But that makes sense that he didn't have Bracelet yet. Gonna see the Ice Rod. Very nice.
So Lemon's going to be checking the Hypnox.
I'm so excited. There's a very, very angry guy in here who Lemon is about to mug for 6 items. I'd like to see at least one good thing here. Let's see the ball light.
Lemon's going to be getting the best hugs here. And Br00ty is actually, I believe, doing the check that was soft locked on the first randomizer race, where you clear all the rocks.
Okay, so nothing insane, but he got a Master Ore and he got a bottle, both of which lead to checks. Now that he has 2 Master Ore, he can bring that to the Hyrule Blacksmith and get something, and he can bring his empty bottle to the bee guy to get something.
Hypnox does 8 hearts of damage with green mail, which makes him very useful for dying efficiently.
I really hope we see one of those bug nets gets purchased by the end of this. It'll be sad if they just sit there collecting dust. Where was the boomerang at? When was that?
I am not sure, but boomerang is
not very
unfortunate.
Useful, but
it looks pretty in the shop.
It was on the Zora Queen. Okay, so he found the smooth gem east of House of Gales on that little ledge, and then brought that up to the Zora Queen and got it. Okay.
Okay, Lemon. Lemon. I think LemonKong is going to be heading to Dark Palace, which...
Yes, we will see our first actual required dungeon here. Although I guess Eastern Palace is required, too.
Yeah,
It's
Eastern will be
required.
Br00ty getting his Fire Rod, so I do technically think Br00ty is in the lead just because he has flippers.
Br00ty still hasn't defeated Yuga and hasn't unlocked low rule. But that doesn't take too long. Spending a lot of time here in Hyrule, even though he's had the Master Sword for quite a bit. This is live. We are live right now, Nathan. Hi. As are the runners.
Interesting decision by Lemon here. I'm not sure where he's going.
He might be getting the hammer pegs down here. Yeah. And then probably gonna head right back. But he could decide to do Eastern here, which would be a good decision. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be smart.
Going to get him the Titan's Mitts and the Flippers. And it looks that way, we'll see though. He might just be getting a couple more of the checks on the outside.
And when Lemon was hammering those pegs, you may have seen the Quick Equip menu flash up for a bit. That's called a Quick Equip Cancel, and is the foundation of A Link Between Worlds speedrunning.
Yeah, so usually when you use any of the main items in this game, you have to watch an animation play out when you actually use it. But if you pull up the Quick Equip menu right after you use it, you can skip that animation, which allows you to use the items back to back super quickly, or you can use the items and then move, which is pretty powerful with the ice and the fire rod, because they can help clip you through things or boost you onto ledges, which is pretty nice.
Every rod in this game is broken to some capacity, including Sand Rod. But
hopefully we'll get to see some Tornado Rod's shenanigans.
But unfortunately with Sand Rod, there's only like one clip that Sand Rod's useful in, and it's in the dungeon we want to skip.
Would you say Desert Palace is the longest dungeon in the game?
I believe it is the longest dungeon to full clear, but that might be ice. I haven't done the 100% ILs of those yet.
Yeah, they're both pretty long, so it's very nice that we get to skip them potentially.
Since I do believe the actual optimal ice 100% IL would use a scoop fruit. To actually get one of the checks, scoop fruit out, then do the dungeon from there. But that would be vanilla, where you don't have all the items to beat it. Because one of the items to get a check is actually pretty deep into ice.
I actually really like this routing here. Basically had everything ready to go for Dark Palace, but opted to come clean up Eastern just because he knows.
Yeah, Lemon made a great choice here. That will pay off for him, and I think they'll probably both be leaving Eastern and Hyrule Castle at close to the same time,
which honestly should tie them up. Although Lemon does have that shield, which is a pretty big advantage. Br00ty has a lot of hearts, too. This isn't the hardest, gauntlet in the world, but it's nice to have some hearts, just in case you run into some spikes on the end of enemies' weapons.
Yeah, hearts never hurt in this game. I definitely get
Unless
my
you're
fair
trying
share.
To
Yeah, luckily for speedruns, every Death Warp uses 3 hearts, I believe, so that is very efficient.
Not having the Bow of Light is very scary. The Bow of Light is only required for the final boss at the very end of the game, so it quite literally can be anywhere.
Yeah, Bow of Light is an item that has swayed races I've been in heavily. And if it's
They're both hoping it'll be somewhere easy. But I don't know if I'm hoping that.
It's content, I guess.
We do have a 2.5 hour estimate on this, though.
Yeah,
so
both runners are
not be in the worst place ever.
Both runners are looking like they are well likely to finish under it, even if Br00ty isn't in the most optimal spot.
I hope we get to see the bell too. I'd like to see them be able to zoom around quickly with that.
Yeah, the bell is a great item. It makes speedrunning this game so worth it, and it makes low percent even worse.
Yeah, hopefully in the future there will be an option in the randomizer to start with the bell, which will be very convenient.
That is the dream, but unfortunately randomizer updates just have not existed.
We just have to get every single person that's in this ZSR chat right now to download the randomizer and start playing it. And then there'll be no choice but to start updating it every day. This is a really, really, really fun randomizer. I've played a lot of Zelda randomizers in my time, and this is by far one of the most fun ones that I've played. If you guys are looking for a new randomizer to check out, or if you've never played, regular A Link Between Worlds and you're looking for a new game to check out, this is one of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, so A Link Between Worlds is an amazing casual game, amazing speed game, just amazing game in general, and I definitely would not main any other Zelda game now.
This seed has been vetted and checked to make sure that Bow of Light will not be on Zelda. Zelda is where you usually get the Bow of Light, and it would be very, very bad for this randomizer race, I guess, because I assume our runners, if that was a place where it was able to be, would check every single check before that. So we won't have to worry about that. At that point, if I had seen it 4 times in a row, I would probably go ahead and assume it's there and check it early. But they don't have to worry about that this time. Seeing Br00ty wake up in low rule for the first time. Wonder what decisions he'll make. Wonder if he's gonna head straight for dungeons. Does have those flippers.
Yeah, Br00ty has a lot of things he can do, but that is one of the hard things is there's so much he can do. It's figuring out what to do can be quite challenging.
Yeah, I like to head for Thieves just because it's right here.
Yeah, Thieves is definitely, I think, the smart move for Br00ty. And I think afterwards he should probably make his way to Dark. But I don't play rando, so
I might go Skullwoods, but that might be a frowned upon decision.
Yeah, I don't like Knucklemaster at all, so any chance to skip Knucklemaster with Tornado Rod, I will take.
Let's see Bow of Light on Knucklemaster.
Please no. I would not wish that on anybody.
The bosses in this randomizer tend to get the compass on them, since the compass doesn't block any checks within the dungeons, so it likes to place them on there. So if there are skips for bosses in any particular dungeon, they're often used, especially Knucklemaster. It's so easy to do. All you need is the Tornado Rod.
Yeah, Knucklemaster skip was actually discovered day 1 of A Link Between Worlds being released. It's that easy of a trick. But if there is any boss skip that they don't do, I believe it will be Swamp, since that is one of the hardest tricks in this game. And does not save that much more time over doing boss key skip.
Especially since they have the red sword. They'll be able to get rid of him pretty quickly.
Red Sword and Ice Rod definitely make the boss of Swamp just...
You can freeze him in place?
Yeah, you can pretty much just chain the hits, and it makes the boss very nice, which in Glitchless is great, and I think one of the reasons why I have such a fast gold there.
Nice. We're going to see Br00ty grabbing the big bomb here. There are a couple of places he can bring this to get a couple checks, one of which is a cave that has 3 items in it. And I feel like those 3 items tend to be good, so I'm interested to see what we'll get there. Especially since the High Pinox that gave us 6 items didn't give us anything amazing. Did Lemon check what Master Ore turned into yet, by chance? Does anyone know about that? Does anyone see that? Does anyone catch? Also an incredibly late time to be doing the Sphere Zero chicken minigame here.
Luckily, chickens are not as hard as they look, in my opinion, but...
Failure.
But, yeah.
That looked pretty hard to me.
But I guess I also have the bias of knowing a lot of the strats for 100%, even if I haven't done any runs of that category.
Yeah, the main goal is to not get touched here. This is just, it's kind of like COVID-19 in the Zelda world. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, these chickens are doing a terrible job of social distancing.
But Link is responsible. Yes, Octoball is turned off, so we unfortunately will not be seeing any Octoball today. Flora will tell you it's the easiest minigame ever, but I heavily disagree.
It is definitely not the easiest minigame, but once you know it, it is pretty free, in my opinion. But again, I guess that comes with also the sitting down for like an hour and grinding nothing but Octoball.
I've sat down for hours to beat it once in my casual playthrough.
I was grinding it hours learning how to get consistent, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably more powerful than me just crying in my bed. Actually looking at strategies. Okay, great job on the chicken minigame. What was this, some rupees? Whoa, 50 big ones!
See, Jim, Drew has played this game more than I have in the last few months, so...
I have not played Octoball. I've been playing this randomizer since it came out in April, and not one seed have I played where Octoball was eligible to have good items. Haven't even risked it, haven't even tried it. It's not worth it.
I don't blame you. If you don't understand Octoball, it is definitely a bit of a pain.
My brain's just too tiny. But you can see our professional runners here also opted to turn it off, so that must mean something.
It means not enough people run 100%.
Oh, I do think it's fun, but it's also frustrating. .65, nice. I'm honestly kind of shocked that he put these minigames off for this long, but I guess he wanted to make sure that he had enough rupees to try them as many times as possible.
Yeah.
Not sure. The monster tail's about to fall off the screen, careful.
Yeah, Rupee Rush is definitely one of those minigames where if you get thrown off in your queues, it can be impossible to recover.
Yeah, it seems like they're both taking the strategy of avoiding the dungeons for as long as possible, just hoping that they find what they need in the overworld. And it's looking pretty good so far. All we need at this point is the Pegasus boots, if they want to use the Pegasus boots, the Bow of Light, and the hook shot.
Yeah, Pegasus boots will save about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on when they get them and what they do with them.
Finally walking into that Irene trigger to get those flippers.
Well, there goes our chance of seeing the other methods of fake flippers.
Oh no!
Which is not that big of a deal, as if you fail it by being too high, you actually soft block. So that was
we don't want to see any soft blocks in this race today. We'd like both of our runners to be able to finish and not get disqualified for an unfortunate reason such as that. You're going to see Lemon head towards Dark Palace now.
Yeah,
very curious to see if our dungeons have anything.
So there's actually quite the clip of me getting scammed by the guards here during the showcase race that is quite funny. As if you've seen the Ocarina of Time guards do the thing where they turn and catch you. I had the same thing happen to me and lost probably 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh no. Br00ty got nothing from that cave that I mentioned having good things, so per usual, I was wrong. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for getting your hopes up. But he did do a really cool clip into there, so if you saw that, I hope you enjoyed it. He made light work of it.
That clip has many variations of how you can get in there, which have been all documented fairly extensively recently as a push to get the ZSR page up to date when Rando came out.
Yeah, so it looks like both of our runners are headed to completely different dungeons on opposite sides of the map. Br00ty is headed into the Thieves' Hideout right now, and Lemon is just about to be at Dark Palace.
Dark is definitely quite a bit faster, and Lemon is not doing the small optimization to save about 1 second by skipping merging.
He's getting a little cocky. He thinks he's got at least a 1 second lead. Yeah, Thieves' Hideout has a very fun escort mission with the thief girl that Br00ty will have to do. If it goes poorly, it goes very, very poorly. At least for me.
Don't worry, it happens to everybody. If once Thieves goes wrong, it goes wrong. In every way possible.
Yeah, optimal Dark Palace full clear is very satisfying to watch.
Fortunately, LemonKong does not have hookshot, so he will not be able to do truly optimal full clear, but...
He's not going to be able to grab that key. Dang it.
I guess if you do want to see a pretty fast full clear, my 100% IL world record of this dungeon is highlighted on my Twitch, but unfortunately the audio didn't save. I wasn't recording audio, so I need to resubmit that with audio.
World record holder, by the way. You guys are in the presence of fame. So.
World record holder by being the only one to submit.
I watched it though. It's actually pretty good. I learned a thing or two.
Yeah, setting up the file for that probably took longer than I spent actually in the dungeon.
There's some milk in the dungeon. We can turn that into a guy on Death Mountain that is very annoying to get to, but he could totally have the Bow of Light here.
If we have the runners get Tornado Rod, he will be Tornado Rod and Boots. He will be quite a lot easier to get to.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Yeah, the caves in Death Mountain, and I guess whatever Low Rule Death Mountain is called, if it's also called Death Mountain.
It's also called Death Mountain.
Are absolutely my least favorite parts of this game. But they're not that bad. I just make them seem worse in my head.
Auto-scroller just slow.
It's always so fun during a race when we see people do completely different things. Like, they really have like all the same tools at their disposal at this point, and it just comes down to decision making at this point. Obviously, they both need to beat all 7 of these dungeons, but depending on what order they decide to do them and what checks they decide to get on the way, could be a huge difference.
Yeah.
Since we are, only lacking 3 items in order to not have to worry about items ever again. Could totally come down to just one split decision like that.
Yeah, and Dark Palace, I believe, is the fastest Laurel dungeon to do glitchless, so it's actually I think it's a smart move by Lemon to do it early.
I want to say, from what I've seen more good items in Thieves than in Dark Palace. But he did get milk.
Yeah.
Cannot be overlooked.
Thieves, I guess, also does. Thieves, I guess, also is available often earlier on, and Oh, that was very close by Br00ty. Almost got
I
rammed.
do not like that he brought her up there, but I guess it is faster. It wouldn't have been faster if he got caught. But I usually leave her as low down in that room as possible, so there is no risk. And yes, I still have gotten caught.
Yeah, Thief Girl Escort is definitely one of those things that is very intimidating to learn the fast strats for, as it is very spooky, but once you know it, I think you have much more freedom than you think.
I've been caught many times.
So I guess if anybody was wondering how Flipperless Thieves is done, you would do an out-of-bounds clip to go pull the switch, then work your way back through the dungeon to get.
You'd clip up with what? Would you need tornado rod and bombs?
You
to
would
get up
use
there?
the statues in that first room to clip out of bounds, then tornado rod up to the ceiling, then do some funky out-of-bounds movement to get here.
I do think I've seen a video of that, but it's been a hot minute.
If you join the Link Between Worlds Randomizer Discord, you can find videos of this.
And, more importantly, you can get the A Link Between Worlds randomizer for yourself and play this amazing game.
Yes, it is definitely a bit annoying to set up, but once you do, it is very worth it and very entertaining. Even if I don't play it a whole lot, I've enjoyed every rando I've done.
I wouldn't be intimidated. It's not that hard to set up. And if you are having trouble setting it up, there's a lot of people in that Discord that would love to help you get set up. Nice first energy potion. Great work.
So I guess one of the subtle things Br00ty did there in Thieves was some precise movement to actually delay spawning those enemies, so he could get the Master or chest without having to worry about Thief Girl.
Optimal bomb placement by LemonKong. Gonna see this boss instantly move on to phase 2 here, right?
Yeah. Oh, that is unfortunate for Br00ty. Thief Girl doing Thief Girl things.
Br00ty just has to hope that she will do the same thing to Lemon. Luckily, he had the shortcut already open, so
yeah,
it wasn't
that was
that
was the best spot for Br00ty to get caught. But of course, optimally, he wouldn't have gotten caught.
There isn't a non-command line tool to set it up, but someone could probably make one very easily. But it's really not too hard to use in command line. You pretty much just type in the name of the executable, and then it will automatically randomize. But if you want to have a preset, you can type that in as well. It's not too bad, but it would obviously be preferable for this randomizer to have an actual generator program, like a lot of the other randos.
Yeah, if you aren't used to command line, it can definitely be a bit spooky, as it's something you probably haven't seen before.
LemonKong getting the first painting is 1/7 of his way into Low Rule Castle.
So Br00ty making sure to get the boss key chest here, or in vanilla it would be the boss key chest, as if you beat the dungeon without here, he would be locked out of doing so until he gets Tornado Rod.
Who would ever forget to do that? That'd be embarrassing. Guys, I never did that. Forget everything you know.
So Br00ty is fighting Style Blind here, and we will be seeing some interesting strategies, and I guess
He's got the hammer, so once he gets to phase 2, he will be able to use the hammer to get double hits.
You can use the hammer to get double hits earlier on phase 1 as well.
That's good to know. For some reason, I thought it was only good for phase 2. I guess it just does an insane amount of damage on phase 2.
Yeah, so the double hits are the main reason why Br00ty isn't quick equip canceling, as if there weren't double hits, it would probably just be faster to use the sword.
We're gonna see Lemon go. Might just be for this chest, but it seems like Lemon is probably gonna head towards Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Lemon is going to save the turtles, which.
Why would you save the turtles here? Oh, because no tornado rod. Okay.
Yeah, no tornado rod.
Usually there's a really cool trick you can do with the animation storage from earlier, but you're only able to actually capitalize off of that if you have the tornado rod here. Luckily, Lemon actually knows what he's doing, so he's going to be able to get these 3 turtles pretty quick.
Yeah, I did not know Fire Rod one-shot those enemies. That might be something. Crazy. I might have to. I need to implement that in my runs. That's probably like 10 seconds I'm losing.
Yeah, you gotta use the turtles to get into Turtle Rock so we can walk around inside a turtle and then end up fighting a turtle. It's obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite the divorce story. But yeah, missing this turtle cycle, I've done it more than once.
Really close.
Yeah, I've done that more than once, and missing that turtle cycle is the most painful thing in this game, as it feels like it takes a million years.
Yeah, it feels like a solid hour before that turtle swims back around, and you just stand there and wait. Yeah, Lemon making quick work of this already into the second dungeon. Looks like Br00ty is about to head towards Skull Woods and get a couple checks on the way. We'll see how that goes.
Lemon doing a great job of quick equip canceling the ice rod here, as you don't want to do it as soon as you use the ice rod, as you won't actually spawn the ice block if you do.
Yeah, the timing on every single item's quick equip cancel is a little bit different. So the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, but there are a lot of different items that it's good to do with, so takes a lot of practice, and LemonKong clearly has had a lot of that.
Yeah, LemonKong is one of the oldest glitch hunters of this game. But he took a break for multiple years and came back quite a bit recently, and has helped to discover some new optimizations for the any percent route that sadly have not been implemented into a world record yet.
Thank you, LemonKong, for finding amazing glitches for us. I really hope the final boss of Skullwoods has something here. The red sword makes it faster, right? Won't be too
It does
bad.
make it faster. It's still not a fun boss to fight.
This is incredibly entertaining that they both have decided to do 2 completely different dungeons here. So us as viewers are going to get to see what is inside of all these dungeons before they do.
And I guess also for Knucklemaster, one of the reasons I don't like him is I think my current glitchless PV loses 2 minutes to me not knowing how to fight him when I set that time.
Yeah, it's not the most fun fight. It's very scary. He really wants to smash you.
Luckily, though, the Randomizer Discord does have a tutorial on how to do Knucklemaster's Dance of Death.
The Dance of Death. Yeah, it might seem like we still have a lot left in this seed, seeing that there are still 6 dungeons that they have to do. But you gotta remember that for at least 2 of them, they're going to be skipping the entire thing, and these guys are pretty good at what they do, so they'll make quick work of them anyways. It really just comes down to where these last few items are.
Yeah, these last few items, the sooner they show up, the better. And with our runners taking different routes, it'll very much decide who wins this race.
Has Br00ty checked the Hypenox yet?
I don't think so.
Kind of surprising, to be honest. I know that's one of his favorite places to go.
However, that is a check he could do. He could route and go to Dark afterwards.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
So Br00ty is in what we like to call party room, with all the enemies and the floor master. As with Tornado Rod, you can do quite a cool skip here, but unfortunately, that skip is both scary to do with that floor master and
it doesn't save that much time compared to how he just did the room.
But it looks cool.
It does look and feel very cool. Yeah, guys, make sure you keep getting your donations in. Check out that prizes.zelda.speedruns.com link to check out all of the awesome things you can get. We're about $280 away from reaching the $4,000 mark. We would definitely love to hit that before the sun comes up, at least where I live. It's probably up for a couple of you guys.
Yeah. Go donate. It's a great cause. It's a great cause. You're watching Zelda. If you can, feel free.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true, but for me, I'm looking out a window right now, no sun. So you guys could do this for me. That'd be nice.
Yeah, donate before the sun comes up for both of us. That would be nice.
Seeing absolutely nothing in either of these dungeons so far.
Okay, so what LemonKong was doing was he was actually using the D-pad to manipulate the camera to spawn that Wizrobe so he could hit it with the sword. Which, if you aren't aware of that, is quite useful to get that chest, which Glitchless uses that platform to actually do a sequence break in this dungeon.
Br00ty is about to do attempt a pretty cool trick here. Gonna try to use one eyeball for both of these. Just gotta press A at that moment, and now the game thinks that the eye is in there when it's really in its hand still. So you can walk over and throw the other one. We're just gonna save him a little bit of time from having to carry another one of the eyeballs all the way back to this room.
Yeah, that saves about 40 seconds, I believe, and is very easy to do. It is one of the easier tricks in this game.
But he still does have to get a couple chests that are back here, so he unfortunately still does have to do the room. Oh really? If he accidentally misses on the second throw, he can't pick it up? Oh, that'd be painful. Let's see what this overworld check has. Ah, just a purple rupee. I like some of these dungeons that make you leave to go to the overworld to get an item, which is both the ones they're in right now. Since the item placement algorithm tends to favor the overworld, you can see some really wacky stuff require you to have to go into dungeons for them, which is fun. We are seeing the compass not on the boss, so even if we did have the Tornado Rod here, it would still be the best play to end up fighting Knuckle Master.
So, I guess if you saw, the painting for Serene, the Sage of Skullwoods, is out in the open, but unfortunately the developers did a really good job of blocking any idea we have had to skip Skullwoods.
As if you theoretically were able to get over there, would you be able to press A on it and grab it?
Yes.
Does it check?
But the devs put comically high invisible walls over Skullwoods.
That is the exact kind of stuff I would do if I was making a game like this. If I hated speedrunners. If I made a game like this, I probably wouldn't do that, actually. But for some reason, Nintendo seems to want people to have less fun with their games sometimes.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I think the ideas for the skips we've had are definitely not the most friendly.
Still, if it's doable, someone will do it. There's a way, it will be done. We're seeing 2 boss fights at once here, you guys. Try to contain your excitement. I don't even know what this turtle boss is called.
So this turtle boss is called Green X.
It's Green X.
Is doing a skilled bomb placement to do something similar to Gemasaur to hopefully deal 6 damage to the boss very quickly.
Did not know bombs did damage. Good to know. We'll see Knuckle Master drop the heart container, which will hopefully be something good. Be hilarious. But odds are it'll just be a heart piece or rupees or something, based on my experience with this game.
LemonKong having an amazing Green X fight, which...
That was fast.
Yeah, that was... Green X has an attack where he can just do an explosion that loses like 5 seconds just because he wants to. And Lemon did not have that happen once.
There's the compass, though. They like those bosses. Just for a moment here, we will see them in the Chamber of Sages at the same time. Very cute. They held hands on the way out.
So I guess it is misleading that Br00ty's tracker has Thieves' Hideout done, since he has not actually grabbed the painting, since he will be trying to delay grabbing that painting so he can do a cutscene skip, since you can actually overlay the cutscene of beating thieves with the cutscene of getting the Triforce, since the game does not intend you to be able to beat thieves as your last dungeon.
But for our purposes, he has completed the dungeon. He's just gonna make sure to grab that painting last so he can skip that long cutscene. I wonder which dungeons we'll see next. They're definitely going to try to avoid going to Ice Ruins, even though they both have the Fire Rod. Although they don't have the hook shot, though.
Yeah, they can't get to Ice Ruins if they wanted to. Unfortunately, since hookshot is hard required.
We are going to see Br00ty head up Death Mountain, though. There are a lot of checks, both in Hyrule and Lowrule, that can be found up here. And that hammer, which isn't required to beat any of the dungeons that we need to beat today, is going to get quite a few checks on the way.
Yeah, Br00ty will have quite a lot of freedom with Death Mountain.
Are there any other dungeons that we're able to complete besides the 4 we've seen so far? I don't think so, yet.
You could technically do Desert Palace, but that would be incredibly painful. And I do not think either runner knows how to do the Lemon Boost setup to do Desert Palace skip.
Gold sword. Yeah, that'd be a lot right now. And I'm sure they're both still scared that there could be something in there. Man, so we're seeing every single sword in this run. That's incredible. I usually do not have that much luck. There's the Sand Rod, though, so maybe Desert will come into play here. Just because we find the Sand Rod, though, doesn't necessarily mean there is a good item locked by or in Desert Palace. But it does tell our runners that they can do it, and they might want to.
It does also remind our runners that the Sand Treasure Dungeon does exist, which has had a required item in one of my rando races in the past.
We're gonna need the Tornado Rod for that as well, though, so we'll see if or when that comes up. Where do you think Lemon is heading right now?
I think he is heading to do the Waterfall Cave. No, he's going to do Zora's Domain and probably pick up Waterfall Cave on his way out.
Ah, okay. Yeah, he skipped a lot of the early Hyrule overworld. Obviously, it seems to have worked out for him. He didn't miss anything crazy here. Maybe he'll end up getting the Boomerang. I don't know if he has the Smooth Gem, though.
He did get the Smooth Gem quite recently.
Right now, our runners are looking for the hook shot, the bow of light, and the Pegasus boots. Both of them are both missing all 3 of those. The Pegasus boots aren't as required, but they're definitely going to need the bow of light, and they're definitely going to need the hook shot. The Pegasus boots would just be very nice for some of the skips we want to do.
And plus just overall faster overworld movement.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a chance that the Pegasus boots could also lead to either the hook shot or the bow of light, because they do lock some checks by themselves. I'm wondering, unfortunately, Br00ty is probably going to be going through the Death Mountain auto-scroller without the milk that Lemon was able to grab. Hopefully it doesn't end up having anything too crazy, or else Br00ty will not be able to get it yet. That was in the Dark Palace, which Br00ty has not done yet.
Yeah,
Can't even get there without hookshot at all?
No, you can't. You can't get to that second half of Death Mountain without hookshot.
Oh yeah, there's the broken bridge. Yeah, true. Professional commentator, by the way. Professional Link Between Worlds randomizer knower, by the way.
Br00ty re-climbing Death Mountain. This is...
Yeah, he already got that check. Interesting. He knows that Tower of Hera can't have anything good in it this seed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Br00ty is trying to do here. He could be trying to get the Tower of Hera Weather Vane, which I don't know why he wouldn't have it already. But
yeah, without the bell, that's a weird thing to go for anyway. But maybe there's something he knows that we don't. We'll see. Or maybe there's something he missed here? I don't think so.
There is a check up here that he could have. That's very easy to miss. So I would not be surprised if he's going to grab that. Yep, that's exactly what he's grabbing.
Oh, man. Unfortunately, just a silver rupee for him. But good for his peace of mind that he came back for it. Yes, this is a randomizer, Horror Games. So our runners are currently looking for, as I said a second ago, the Bow of Light, the Hook Shot, and the Pegasus Boots. And they could be anywhere. They could be on a piece of heart, they could be in any chest.
Well, we know where Hookshot isn't, but that's mostly because a surprising amount of the game is locked behind Hookshot.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to grab the Weather Vane too, just in case he needs to come back here. If he gets the ability to. And then probably will jump into this ravine a bunch of times until he winds back up at Link's house.
It might have been faster at this point just to climb down the mountain.
That's a lot of hearts.
Yeah, I think Br00ty's realizing it'll be faster for him to just climb down.
See, Lemon grabbed the third Master Ore. If he gets all 4, he can turn that in for something. I don't recall if 2 has been turned in yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if it has.
And Lemon is also going to go through Dark Sanctuary.
Yeah, Lemon skipping over the first chest. Okay.
Is it... Why would we do this?
It's 4 easy checks.
No, but why would we skip the first chest? Is it, like, guaranteed to be a key?
I don't know. I think he's hoping it's a key.
Ah, okay.
But you still need to actually beat this dungeon to get the last check. I don't think he realized.
It did not end up being the key, so it looks like he is going to live without it. Hopefully it's not anything good for his sake. That's a little scary, actually.
Yeah, I would hope that nothing required is in there. But knowing how randomizers can be, just cannot trust
also
it.
Probably going to be headed for Dark Sanctuary here too, so we will see Br00ty grab that chest here in a bit. And we'll find out the good or bad news for LemonKong. but he's not going for it just yet. That's actually really nerve-wracking. I don't think he knows he walked past that. They both end up skipping it. It's like, wow. They implemented hints into a Link Between Worlds randomizer? And we all missed it? Br00ty opening the chest, and luckily for LemonKong, just finding a purple rupee. Nice instant relief there for us.
Yeah, that is very relieving to hear for LemonKong's sake.
I'm really trying to think of what checks still exist that could have the items that we're looking for. We could bring Sandrod over to the desert, I suppose.
Yeah, Desert Palace might have things inside it, which...
We can get the heart piece outside of desert, too.
You do not have... well, yeah, you can. It's just, you can't do the cool Fire Rod boost to get to it faster.
Oh yeah, you have to do it the casual way, unfortunately. It does feel really cool to go up there with Pegasus Boots. I don't know if we've seen these Kakariko Village checks yet. Not sure. I assume Br00ty would have done these earlier. Because he did turn in the,
Actually, not since... Oh.
Oh, and there's our hook shot. That was... Was that the check for having the bottle, or did he bring him the gold
That's
bee?
Golden Bee.
Wow. When did Lemon go up and get the gold bee? So now armed with the hook shot.
That might have been I think that might have been the net check. By
I think so
having
too.
a bottle. So Br00ty doing Br00ty doing a lemon boost to do some skilled routing to just skip from graveyard to dark.
Oh, Br00ty just got his first bottle a moment ago. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think one of those bottles was in Dark Palace, and Lemon somehow has found many more by now. We're gonna see Br00ty head over to the Hinox. Oh, this is where he got his bottle. Yeah, he got that quite a while ago.
Okay, so Lemon is heading to Skull Woods, it seems. Which...
We're gonna get to see another awesome Knuckle Master fight. Yeah, so now all we're looking for is the Bow of Light. Again, obviously the Pegasus Boots would be great, but Bow of Light is the one thing that is absolutely required to win here. This is going rather well for both of them, I think.
It's definitely still a toss-up with Bow of Light having not been found.
Now that Br00ty has just gotten his bottles, he's probably going to go check B-Guy soon. It is unfortunate that he wasn't able to purchase the gold bee when he was on his way to Skull Woods. I don't know when he'll go back for that. Okay, 2 of the bottles were in Dark Palace.
I believe that Lemon will be going to get the bee very shortly.
Imagine the bee guy had the hook shot and the Bow of Light.
That would be hilarious.
Just sitting on all of our items. I wouldn't put it past him. Nice hint glasses get.
Best item in the game.
Oh, yeah. That is true, Jim. The premium milk would not be looked at. Unless you go give it to the guy and empty it out, of course. But that would just turn into a bottle. Gonna see Br00ty heading over to Dark Palace.
So unfortunately, with neither runner having boots by the time they get to dark, they can't do maze skip, which it lets you skip this first, like, 3/4 of the maze. But, however, since there are these checks in the maze, it doesn't save as much time in rando.
it's worth the time to go in and grab this chest and the other heart piece later in the maze. Although I don't think, from what we saw when Lemon did this, I don't think they're actually worth it this time. But Br00ty doesn't know that.
I would hope not, at least.
Just gonna watch him start skipping all the checks. Well, yeah, I didn't know we weren't supposed to watch the restream. Okay, Lemon gonna be purchasing his bee. I'm honestly really hoping this is where the Bow of Light is now. That would be amazing. The chances are incredibly low, but it would be very, very funny. It would bring me joy, and that's important to me. I don't know how you guys would all feel about that.
Br00ty doing the merge skip I was talking about.
Great work, Br00ty. Saving that, what'd you say, 1 second?
Yeah, 1 second. Maybe I might be a bit more, but it's very minor.
Now, Hookshot opens up Swamp Palace and Ice Ruins for LemonKong, so a lot of opportunities are available. But he's probably going to do Skullwoods since he's here, I would assume. Yeah, it's looking like it. Did I say a pun on accident? It would be amazing if the bee guy had good items for us. Definitely wasn't on purpose. So some of us are just natural comedians like that, you know what I mean? Sometimes genius level humor can just slip out. Not everyone was lucky enough. Let's see. Were they both in the opposite dungeons at the same time of this earlier?
I think... No, Lemon was in Turtle Rock.
Oh, yeah. Dang. Would have been kind of cute for them to mirror each other. But Br00ty is now in control of the milk, at long last. Running into that torch there. I've never seen that strategy, but it was very effective.
I have not either. I might need to implement that myself.
Getting the mimics to move without him moving. You get so many rupees in this game, it's insane. It's 3,900 rupees.
Yeah, I believe the 100% route gets like 11,000 rupees or something.
Do they... Oh, I guess, yeah, you just have to get all the rupees that are in all the chests, huh?
You actually get most of them from Treacherous Tower.
Oh, yeah, true.
Since I think you need about 8,000 to buy every item, then another 3,000 for a Rupee Fairy.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that they end up with that many rupees. I was like, oh my gosh.
Unfortunately,
the
cap is 9,999.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. Somewhere in my brain, I knew about that. Is there a character limit on donations, Andrew? How long is that going to take? Guys, we really need to manifest the energy that B-Guy has Bow of Light, because this could be insane if this pays off. I really think he will, honestly.
It is definitely possible, but I'm probably going to bank on Hookshot locking Bow of Light.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks that Hookshot locks for us. We have the entire Ice Ruins, the entire Swamp Palace, and then also both of the Death Mountain auto-scrollers on the way to
also the Hookshot Treasure Dungeon next to Rosso's Ore Mine.
Oh yeah, that too. Which isn't too crazy far from the Death Mountain climb, so they'll be there when they be there.
Lemon doing an interesting shield setup to skip that first platform. I have never seen that before.
It worked first try. I have absolutely fallen off of there multiple times before, so looks good to me. Let's see him make quick work of the enemies in this room here.
So LemonKong took advantage of the fact that merging makes the floor masters instantly drop, which is quite useful for the speedrun, as it lets you hit certain switches that you wouldn't be able to.
See, is he gonna skip through here too? Gonna touch that edge and then drop it. Oh, never mind. I jinxed it for him. Sorry about that, Lemon. Just wanted to see you do well. Wanted to see you get the chest early.
Yeah, without boots, that is quite challenging.
Yeah, it's really nice if you actually get that, because you can, as he did there, jump off and then you'll respawn back there. But imagine that, but without having to wait for the elevator the first time there. Gonna see Br00ty use the ice rod to skip a whole entire puzzle in here. Incredible.
Unfortunately, the 100% IL does actually have to do that room, because getting the green warp is part of the 100% rules.
That's kind of shocking to me, but I guess it is something that you're doing, so fair. We'll see Lemon get to use the hook shot to pick the eye up much faster than Br00ty was able to. So those little time saves feel really nice.
I guess also a fun fact with this room, with that room Br00ty was just in, is that there is a soft lock involving starting the stamina scroll cutscene and the boss key chest spawning cutscene at the same time. But that is very rare and does not happen very often. But when it happens,
it's been very cool to see.
Quite tragic. And Br00ty, unfortunately, just a bit off with his bomb placements.
It looked great to me, Br00ty. I thought you did a great job. But I didn't lose him too much time. He's broken Gemosaur's mask now.
Gold Sword will also...
Yes, very true.
Gold Sword will make this fight a lot easier, as Gemosaur can definitely just troll you if he is not in a good mood.
What are the damage values for all the swords in this game? It's not
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, is it that simple? Okay.
It really is that simple.
We are doing twice the damage of the regular Master Sword. But in Link to the Past, it doubles every time, and you get to 16 damage with the Gold Sword, which is pretty incredible. But I can see why, from a development perspective, they're like, we don't need to do that. That sounds really hard to balance. That's what we call Gemosaur King now, Gemma. Very pretty name.
Gemma does not deserve such a beautiful name.
A monstrous creature. Unfortunately, Lemon did not get the gold sword, so this fight will take a little bit longer.
Br00ty also had the red sword doing this fight, I believe.
Yeah.
So I guess also one of the things Lemon is doing was actually getting double hits with the sword beams.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have to stand a certain distance from the eyeball to be able to do that, or is that just a matter of having full health?
I believe it is more... Oh, yeah, that is tragic.
Hookshot is actually in a really nice spot this seed. The bottles were kind of in some weird places, but all you need to do is get a bottle and then go to Kakariko Village and talk to the bee guy, and he will hook you up with a hookshot.
Yeah, hookshot was kind of average, I guess. Like,
yeah,
not...
Br00ty just recently
got his first bottle. It could have been a lot worse.
Over there yet.
Like, it could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better, too.
Lemon could have gone and checked that early, though. Yeah, looks like Br00ty is probably also going to head down to Turtle Rock.
But for getting the double hits, you just merging out puts you at the right spot. And it's I guess it's something I don't have to think about anymore. Let's
go see LemonKong get some monster guts off this guy. One of the greatest, most powerful items in a Link Between Worlds randomizer is Monster Guts. If you want, you can make a potion out of them. What does that potion do? I don't know.
It increases the amount of damage you do, I believe.
That's actually pretty good. But we will not see either of them use any of their monster parts to make any concoctions, unfortunately.
So both runners are just about even here, with, I believe, Br00ty in the lead as Lemon has Thieves to do, which is quite long.
Lemon does have that hook shot, though. It really depends on when Br00ty decides to head back to CAC and check what's on B-Guy.
Also, nice snipe on Br00ty. That is...
During the animation. Let's see if he can make this turtle cycle. Oh, her name is Mama Turtle? That's so cute. That's
why I made the divorce joke, as like Green X is the dad.
Oh no. Wow, I mean, it makes sense though. It's the only other turtle. Okay, we are gonna see Lemon go turn the gold B in. Is it going to be Bow of Light? Let's find out. I think it is. It has to be.
Also 10 out of 10 text box bug. Oh!
It is the Tornado Rod, which could lead to the Bow of Light if it's in the Sand Rod Treasure Dungeon.
That is actually quite big. That will allow Lemon to do some nice things.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of powerful glitches you can do with various collision elements and the Tornado Rod, and also nice bombs in the Tornado Rod.
Unfortunately, Lemon has passed most of them by this point.
Man, I was 100% sure that's where the Bow of Light was. This is crazy. An hour and 36 minutes, without having to get a, performance-enhancing drug like an energy potion is actually incredibly impressive. A serious deal of commitment.
Yeah, we still don't actually know the true extent of the power of B-Guy yet. That is the scariest part about this.
Yeah, it all depends on what's locked by that hook shot, and also, more interestingly, what's locked by that Tornado Rod. It's really only the Sand Rod Treasure Dungeon in these settings that's locked by that, right?
I believe so, but Tornado Rod will allow for some optimizations in a few other spots.
It's unfortunate for Br00ty since he already did Skullwoods. Going all the way back to purchase that gold B is kind of going to be a pain in the butt for him. There's Lemon with his gold store, very nice.
Thank you, Jim, for remembering the worst part of Laurel Death Mountain. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, true.
There's those checked.
That's the longest part of that whole thing, just waiting for those platforms so you can Tornado Rod up to them.
I guess Tornado Rod will also allow for LemonKong to do a 1 second optimization in Laurel Death Mountain that nobody goes for, because if you fail it, it loses like 30.
I don't know if he'll do it then. That sounds rather risky. Lemon has every single rod in the game. He's got the Fire Rod, the Ice Rod, the Sand Rod, and the Tornado Rod. So this is the widest variety of rods we see in any Zelda game, correct?
Yeah, I believe so, and it's a good... each rod is used for glitches.
I will say, that bug net is attached to a stick, so we'd like to see him buy that from Ravio's shop at some point to complete complete the set.
Unfortunately, the Super Net and Super Lamp are not shuffled into the item pool, which are the two best items objectively, clearly.
We are going to see Lemon head up to the Hookshot Treasure Dungeon up here, presumably first, before he messes with the other Death Mountain stuff.
Yes, I would believe so, since Tornado Rod is one of the dungeons where he will be able to do an optimization there, I believe.
I feel like at this point, Bow of Light is either in a really bad spot in one of our dungeons, or it's going to be on Death Mountain somehow.
I think if it's on the same spot it was on in the showcase, I'm going to cry.
Where was that?
Laurel Death Mountain.
I wouldn't
And
be
I
shocked at
last
this point.
locationed it.
Especially now that we have the tornado rod, it'd be rather hilarious if it's locked by that too.
But it was that like check where you have to go all the way up Laurel Death Mountain through the tornado rod section.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild actually has 6 because there's the Blizzard Rod, in addition to the Ice Rod, and there's whatever the Tier 2 versions of the Fire and Lightning Rods are too. So actually, Breath of the Wild takes that crown.
But we
Breath of
also
the
have
Wild has a lot of items though.
we also have the nice rods.
Oh, that is true! Which brings this game's grand total to 8, if
And
you
all-
are counting those.
And all of the nice rods are pretty much useless, except for Sand Rod, which does the same thing but looks cooler.
You can use them as baseball bats,
That is quite true.
which is very powerful.
We can see them hopefully do the check that they both excluded and don't like doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure that'll happen.
Okay, I've mixed up my treasure dungeons. I do not believe there's a tornado rod optimization here. Unless Lemon knows something I don't.
It is standing under this platform. And he did tornado rod up to it, which I have never seen before. Great work, Lemon!
I have not either, but I guess that's what you get from the router and current world record holder of all treasure dungeons.
That was very convenient. That basically skipped half of this for him. Very nice.
Yeah, Lemon did a better job routing it than I did, since I believe I routed it.
That is going to take some of that time to save away.
But luckily,
That platform is very annoying.
luckily, Lemon has the pro recovery strats, since he has the advantage of discovering and documenting a lot of these tricks. Which, shoutouts to LemonKong for updating the ZSR page. He did not have to do all the work he did for that.
Oh, that platform makes me so nervous. Takes forever to come back. We are going to get absolutely nothing from here. But we do have a bunch of other hookshot things.
Slightly worse than vanilla. We do hate to see it.
Man, he needed 100 rupees too. He has so many things he wants to spend them on. Yeah, there's our bouldering man that we want to deliver milk to. Don't know when he's going to deliver milk to him as we're walking away.
Yeah,
Actually, don't know where he's going.
I believe Lemon will be waiting until he gets boots.
To even mess with the inside of Death Mountain at all? Wow.
Yeah, since you can use boots to do a skip that I mentioned earlier. Where if you saw those Armos outside that treasure dungeon, you can use the tornado rod to actually get onto that ledge, then boots off to skip going inside Death Mountain to get bouldering guy.
Unfortunately, the boots could totally be in there. But he does have low roll Death Mountain to do. He will probably do a fire rod boost clip to get across a bridge over here, and then head up to Ice Ruins. And we might see him do Ice Ruins here, which I'm sure he doesn't want to since it's skippable.
And boots could very well be locked behind that check itself, which would be quite tragic.
Yeah, he would really prefer to have both the Bow of Light and boots at this point, so that he could just completely skip Ice Ruins and not have to worry about anything. But they could both be in there as well. That's the fun, yet scary part of Randomizer.
Luckily in Randomizer, Ice Ruins is one of the does allow some unique routing.
Neither of our runners have the Stamina Scroll, so if a good item is locked by the Stamina Scroll inside of Ice Ruins, that could be bad.
The thing is, if boots could be on that check, and boots would be the way you skip Stamina Scroll for that check.
Yep.
So...
Oh, we're gonna see him go for the Hilda text skip here. Very nice. Walking right around that text trigger, saving probably like 30 seconds.
It's not probably closer to like 10. Text moves very
Feels like
fast.
30 seconds.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gemma's
Years of sanity.
Green X not being as nice to Br00ty, it seems. That is, We can clearly see favoritism already.
Shocking. But he took care of him.
Lemon.
Yeah, we're having some loading issues here on Lemon's side.
Let's hope his laptop didn't explode.
He did say there was a minor chance of his battery inflating and exploding. So that could be... Oh gosh, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah,
just a quick internet blip.
Yeah, let's hope that wasn't the actual thing that happened.
I do still see him like in the Discord call, so presumably his computer's still on. But man, maybe the next time we see him, he will be holding the bow of light. Br00ty hanging out with a very hot lava spire.
So I believe Br00ty will be going to Swamp Palace next, as that is the easiest dungeon for him to do, and it has a good, healthy amount of checks to do. And is also my favorite Laurel dungeon, which is definitely not in part due to me having the fastest glitchless gold there.
Is it protocol to tell the opposing runners that this is happening, or is this just kind of a, you know, just... I guess we would like to watch Br00ty. Give us something to look at during the technical difficulties, I suppose.
Br00ty is finally going to get a hook shot, it seems.
Yeah. But first, he's going to turn this Master Ore in. I actually didn't see what this was when Lemon did this, so I'm excited.
$100.
Okay, so it appears that Lemon's having a router issue, but he is working to fix it, and he should be back momentarily. You'd hate to see him lose the race over something like this, though.
Yeah, glad it is not the laptop going boom.
I'm so happy. It sounded like it could be really, really painful for everyone involved if your laptop explodes while you're on it.
Br00ty not getting hookshot for some reason.
Yeah, I wonder... I think he's gonna go ahead and grab the gold bee and get both of them at once.
Yeah,
although,
I think...
little does he know, he does not need to turn in the gold bee.
He might need to, because gold bee is Tornado Rod.
Yeah, because Jim, LemonKong has clearly tested all of the different battery explosion trajectories, so he knows the exact direction to point his laptop, so that he will end up being as safe as possible in the case of an explosion. Oh, he's got to spend 888 rupees on that? Oh no. It's a lot of money.
It's 9,111 rupees cheaper than the Laurel vendors.
That is very true. Does it actually let you buy that if you have 9999?
Yes, it does. And I actually did that in my casual playthrough.
Like, man, I want the gold bee. I think in my casual playthrough I just found one. I felt very, very blessed and lucky.
I think I was grinding for the 9,999 rupees and found a golden bee when I had like 9,100 rupees.
Sounds like something that would happen.
Hey friends, question: do we want to tell Br00ty to pause while we're waiting?
I think we should. I think it'd be fair.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, with how much.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, Andrew. Like kind of like in Pokemon when it says that the bike costs like $1 million Pokédollars. He is gonna see his hook shot before he gets paused. He's gonna be a little bit excited about that. She's perfect! And the Tornado Rod.
So we just decided, or we just told Br00ty to pause, and Br00ty will pause right now. So we wait for Lemon to come back, and while that's on, or while the pause is going, I actually can talk a little bit about why we're here.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Alright.
have fun, Trez.
Alright, so the ZSRM 2021 is actually benefiting the Pank1 network. And the Pank1 network, as y'all can tell if you check out the website, which I will post in chat now, is a network determined to build a bridge between medicine, the medical sector, between science, and all of that to push forward the discovery and in treatment of pancreatic cancer, to fight pancreatic cancer, to make treatments easier to reach, better, more functional, faster, all that kind of stuff. So that's really important and a really important cause, and we are more than happy to accommodate for that. Just quickly, Highly and Umbreon, we're gonna leave the timer running just to keep the schedule on track. That will make it a little easier for us to schedule to keep the schedule intact. If you want to donate, we have hit a bit of a roadblock in the past hour. Just people sleeping or people not being able to spend money right now. So it would be really cool if we had a few more people actually donating towards our amazing prizes. For example, you can win a Nintendo Switch OLED as our grand prize. Also other consoles, amiibos, Joy-Cons, some really cool Zelda swag. There's just a lot of stuff that you can check out on prices.zeldaspeedruns.com. And also use your donation to maybe get one of the incentives met that we have. For example, the upcoming next incentive that we have is the glitchless pull for the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild. And Lemon just came back.
Lemon is now deep into Ice Ruins. Interesting.
So we give it...
Maybe Br00ty should not have paused?
Nah, it's fine. Okay. I just told Br00ty to start again. So Lemon did take that time to actually reset the router, so we should be okay. As soon as Br00ty gets going again. I hope they're getting... Oh, come on, Br00ty.
Did he find the stamina scroll?
Yeah, he had to have found it.
Wonder what else he found, because he finished the low rule Death Mountain. He got a check out on the way to this dungeon. Now he's entered the dungeon, and he's presumably done 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 checks in here. So we won't know until we see that inventory pop up if he... Well, actually, he does have his tracker here on our little restream, so we can see that he doesn't have the Bow of Light.
And Lemon's stream, he's actually using the tracker that he made himself, which I think is pretty neat. And it is on Emo Tracker if you want to use it for yourself, and it includes the location of all 100 Maiamais.
I think all the tracker on the restream needs is it needs to have Turtle Rock marked for Br00ty, and then I guess the stamina scroll for Lemon. But other than that, I think it's up to date. Oh, and maybe the green pearl for Lemon as well. But it's rather close. I'm gonna see Br00ty come and check the hookshot chest outside of Eastern Palace. This one is very easy to orphan and leave by itself, since we've already done all the other checks around here. It is not the Bow of Light, but it is a bow.
That is quite nice, but but unfortunately not required, so just a nice quality of life thing, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see it be used against the final boss and some dude with a flail on the way up to the final boss. But it did look a lot like the Bow of Light, didn't it, guys? Bow does not lock any checks in this randomizer, unless, you know, getting the bow and having to use the bow to hit some switches like in Eastern Palace locks all of your other projectile items, but every other item can pretty much do what the bow does. The boomerang can sub in for the bow, the bombs can sub in for the bow, the hook shot can sub in for the bow, the fire rod can sub in for the bow. The bow is rather useless compared to all the rest of the items. But in a casual playthrough, at the very beginning, it's the only item you have access to for a little while.
The bow also does the same amount of damage as the Master Sword, so
yes, it's very good for damage.
It is also very good for stun locks that you actually can't do with boomerang and hook shot because of how those items work. And I guess Lemon will be fighting Dark Stare, who is a very fun boss, and is a very good boss to show the power of quick equip canceling.
Oh yeah, I could learn a thing or two from this, probably. This is, even with the blue mail, you'll notice he just took like 2 hearts of damage from Dark Stare here. That ice does a lot. Luckily, he has quite a few hearts, so he'll be fine, but when this goes bad, it can go really bad.
And while Lemon does have the gold sword, this boss does require 3 cycles to beat, no matter what it seems.
Yeah, sometimes the gold sword just looks pretty.
LemonKong getting comboed by Dark Stare here. We do hate to see it. And Br00ty getting boots somewhere. That is a huge W for him, as it'll be allowing him to skip ice entirely.
Wow, wait, was that inside the treasure dungeon just then? Oh my gosh, that's huge.
Yeah, that is extremely huge. But I assume Lemon will make his way over there himself.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he got anything good here. He did get the stamina scroll, but that's only really a convenience at this point.
And
but he is going to have this dungeon complete.
And Br00ty doing the fire rod boost and dash I was talking about.
That's going to be the 4th Master Ore we've seen, but I think only the 3rd that Br00ty's picked up. And he's going to be doing the Desert Palace skip that we talked about here. The Bow of Light totally could be inside the Desert Palace. But
yeah, Bow of Light can still be anywhere. So if you think Br00ty getting boots is like won him the rando already, it hasn't. Anything can happen.
It could be on the heart container here.
Oh,
that is unfortunate.
Hopefully
he saved, so he should just be able to reload his save.
That is a soft block. He has to die.
I mean, if you save, you can just pause and quit and reload the save, right? But I guess this might be faster.
Yeah, and I don't think he saved. That is really unfortunate.
Yeah, he was, I think, a little too far to the right for the trick to work, and maybe he didn't hold back at the right time. But it was very close. Well, if he did that right, he would land right where the painting is of that dungeon, which is awesome.
The key for that is you actually just hold back while you charge the dash, and you'll get it every time. In fact, you can actually do that for every dash slide except one.
That's really good to know. I figure, like, I always hold back anyways, but I figured that there was still some sort of tight timing. Yeah, he was offered the chance to either start from the dungeon or start from his house. You saw him kind of have to make a decision there, and he was like, maybe I won't start from the dungeon. I don't know what'll happen if I do that. But now he's going to get to check this little Pegasus Boots treasure dungeon, which I have definitely seen the Bow of Light here a few times.
So LemonKong going to do the other Laurel Death Mountain checks. That is.
I kind of assumed that he did these while his stream was down, so cool that we get to see these.
Oh.
There it is. Br00ty is in go mode. He has every single thing that he needs to beat the game. It's just a matter of him getting there and doing them. So Br00ty got to... Unfortunately for LemonKong, Br00ty is not going to have to check anything inside of Ice Ruins. He's just going to go to Ice Ruins and run straight through it. Looking very, very good for Br00ty right now. Great timing with those Pegasus boots right before Desert Palace. And honestly, pretty lucky with failing that skip to go back to Link's house immediately, which put him right there. That was a little convenient on that fail.
That is incredibly just lucky.
That was insane. I'm sure he probably would have done Pegasus Boots Treasure Dungeon at some point after doing the Desert Palace skip, but him respawning right back at Link's house there very much influenced that decision.
Yeah, definitely. That is...
Now, we're going to get to see him skip Ice Ruins, we're going to get to see him skip Desert Palace here, and he's probably going to skip most of Swamp Palace.
LemonKong
nice
is
3 dungeons
going to struggle to come back from this.
He still very much could. If he decides to check out Desert soon, he will get Pegasus Boots, and then once he has Pegasus Boots, he's 1 check away from getting the Bow of Light. The Pegasus Boots don't lock that much.
LemonKong still also does have Thieves left. So he has to do that.
That's true as well. Oh no. We did see Br00ty save at the Weather Vane there, which is very nice for him, just in case this goes bad, but it didn't. He got it. Man, that was incredibly lucky. But honestly, I think he failed it on purpose because he just felt that he needed to check that check when he needed to check it. And it didn't work out for him. And yeah, that is true. Jim said that that Pegasus Boots Treasure Dungeon could have been done with bombs ages ago. You can place bombs and then just kind of walk there normally without the boots, and you can get that check. And that definitely would have paid off if either of our runners would have attempted that earlier. But it is true they might have never gotten boots. Wonder what would have ended up being faster, though. Who's to say? Maple is a witch in a 2D Zelda game. Irene is a witch in a 2D Zelda game. I'm sure it was a little bit of a, reference and a callback to good old Maple. Hopefully we'll get to see the Oracle games appear on a console soon.
Maple does also have some colorful language in the Oracle games that gives me a lot of joy playing.
We're going to see a cool Ice Rod quick equip cancel to get us into Swamp Palace without needing to do a Big Bomb escort. Br00ty's playing on emulator, and this is a little tricky on emulator, but look at him, he gets it first try. No sweat.
Yeah, the reason why this is harder on emulator is just due to a slight error in how control stick directions are emulated, but Br00ty's just done it enough times where he knows what he needs to do, and he knows that for go mode, he does not need to do anything. He just needs to clip out of bounds, then just do some magic, and he'll skip to the boss key.
Lemon going to be checking this check that Br00ty checked a long time ago, while Br00ty walks through some walls and tornado rods. Man, that tornado rod, even though it's not going to be, logically required to beat this game, getting it at the same time as the hookshot is going to allow him to do this skip here, which is very nice. Now he's going to do the same clip out again, and he now has some new collision he can stand on to get him to the roof, and from here he can walk directly into the boss arena. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. We did need to get... Wow, that's crazy. Both of the B-Guy checks were required because you need Tornado Rod to do the Sand Rod Treasure Dungeon, which was where the boots were, and the boots were required for Bow of Light. But you could have got Bow of Light with bombs too. So even though logically, not necessarily. That B-Guy was very friendly. Great guy.
Yeah, that was a stacked B guy. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen B guy be that powerful in the seed ever.
Yeah, I feel like I've had multiple instances where he had something, but I don't know if it ever both checks. Great job, B guy. Very fun seed.
LemonKong not doing early boss key. I'm quite disappointed. You can dash off that first ledge in the first room and just land on the boss key area and use Ice Rod to put out the flames to get boss key very fast.
And we get to see Br00ty beat this dungeon in record time. Well, unfortunately, LemonKong is hoping that his boots or his bow of light are in here, but he's going to be running through and full clearing it.
Luckily of all dungeons to full clear, Lemon is doing one of the better ones.
Yes, you'd absolutely much rather do this than desert right now. So now Br00ty is going to find his way back up to Death Mountain and go check out Ice Ruins. So many keys in this dungeon, some of them being unnecessary. They kind of have like a mirror design for this level of the Swamp Palace, and you can choose whether you want to use a key on either side. Also, he just looked at that key and walked away from it. Very interesting.
Yeah, he could have gotten it there, but I believe he will be waiting to do some other things first.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, in A Link to the Past, Desert is one of the Light World dungeons, very early, very quick. In this game, though, we definitely want to avoid doing it, as it's one of the longer ones, and as you saw Br00ty do, it's so easy and quick to skip.
LemonKong is going to be doing the first Ice Rod clip used for Swamp Boss skip, so he can actually skip most of the dungeon and just go straight to the boss room.
He could use the Tornado Rod strat that Br00ty did, but this is a little different one.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Very nice. First try on that Fire Rod.
LemonKong getting the clip, and unfortunately, and we might see his optimization here. Oh, we're good. Oh, so close.
Is he gonna land on it and then hookshot it? Nice.
There we go. So that is called a hookshot. Never actually
seen that done in the run.
That is called a hookshot hang. Done optimally, it saves 2 seconds.
But it looked like that, so it's very worth it.
And fun fact, LemonKong was probably holding back right instead of back for pulling the hookshot back.
The angle kind of looked like it, actually, like the chain was going to the right.
Yeah, why you sometimes have to hold right instead of back, we don't know yet. And it seems fairly inconsistent when you have to hold what. Oh, Lemon's just doing boss skip entirely.
I don't think I've ever actually seen this before. I wonder what made him decide to skip this dungeon. Did he decide that, has he gotten all the chests out of here?
All the major ones? And very clean boss skip from Lemon.
That was really smooth. That did not look hard at all. That is one of the hardest boss skips in the game, I believe.
Yes, that is a very difficult trick, and it is a trick Lemon has been known to struggle with, so I am very happy to see him get it first try. But with that trick, if you asked, well, why didn't he just swim into the loading zone, that would have soft locked.
What happens if you swim into the loading zone? Just the animation of swimming just it's not compatible with it.
You climb the stairs until the 3DS dies.
Yeah, that'd not be a fun outcome for this race. Br00ty has found his way to his final dungeon, and since he has the Pegasus boots, he's going to get to do a really cool skip here. I am very bad at this. Let's see how Br00ty does.
Jim, I think Lemon was just banking off the fact dungeons pretty much never have anything in Rando.
Yeah, he kind of got halfway through it, and he's like, what am I doing here? But he's about to get his boots.
Br00ty using his positioning for ice that I am
incredibly quick. Now you just gotta hang here. And if you land high up enough, Dark Stare will actually never spawn, and you can just kind of damage her from above. I don't know why the hitbox is active, and you beat the boss without ever having to even look at it. And that is going to be all 7 paintings, or I guess all 7 dungeons completed.
Yeah.
And 6 paintings grabbed for Br00ty. If this was his final dungeon that he completed, he would have to watch a pretty long cutscene here and walk up some stairs to grab a Triforce. But since he left that Thieves Town painting back where it was, he can just go back there, and since you are not supposed to be doing that one last, he will be able to skip a cutscene and then head straight to the end.
So LemonKong will be actually fighting Zaganaga, and the reason why he is entering Hyrule first is you actually have to go through this portal to get Zaganaga's spawn.
He walked right past the Pegasus boots. Oh no.
Unfortunately, I do think that is the better move for LemonKong if you did not know boots were there.
Yeah. Although that treasure dungeon is not too long.
It's not, but I think in this spot you kind of just have to consider, okay, I still have thieves, I need to get things done.
Yeah.
Not waste any time.
I keep forgetting that he hasn't done thieves yet.
So
hopefully he runs back and grabs the boots after this, though. We'll see.
Br00ty getting the net. Massive W.
Oh, I'm behind. I just saw that.
Not getting the B badge. Unforgivable.
I'm so proud of him for grabbing that net. Incredible. He didn't get the shield, though.
He also did not get the B badge. This is quite tragic.
It was right there. He has so many rupees. That is a little cocky to grab the net, but I guess he's going to use it to grab fairies, which I guess isn't cocky. Never mind.
Yeah, grabbing fairies for you, Ganon, while something I would not do, is something that is definitely not a bad idea if you are not truly comfortable with you, Ganon.
Yeah. And even if you do feel comfortable with it, in a race scenario, it's always nice to have backups like that.
Yeah, it just never hurts.
Do we know where the stamina scroll was, Jim? I think it was just in Ice Ruins, but we didn't get to see that.
Yeah, we do not know where stamina scroll is. That'll just be the mystery.
Oh, really? It was the overworld check? Okay. It was on the way to ice. That's
Really having
placement.
Weird hitbox issues, but...
What is this? Okay, he made it.
That was awkward, but...
I've not seen that before, but it worked.
I'm gonna hope that was a Citra issue, since I've never seen that.
Yeah, maybe
before.
His controller just did something for a moment. Here he goes. He's powerful enough to use all 7 sages to break open this barrier and head into Lowrow Castle. And Lowrow Castle is actually pretty quick and unrestricted since he is allowed to do trial skip. With nice bombs is pretty easy.
Yeah, with nice bombs it is quite simple. As with normal bombs it is frame perfect.
How many frames do you have to get it with nice bombs? It's definitely nowhere near as bad as frame perfect, but it's still pretty decently tight timing.
I mean, and not many, but it's so much nicer if you've ever done single bomb done classic trial skip on good pace in any percent run. and basically have
my
to pray.
first ever randomizer, I did not get the nice bombs, and I decided I was gonna do this, and it took me it took me a hot minute to do the trick. Nice bombs make it so much better. 3 frames, that still doesn't sound like a lot, but it is quite literally 3 times as much.
Yeah, I don't know the exact frame timing, I think, but it's lenient.
We are gonna see Lemon get the boots here soon. Gonna be kicking himself about that immediately as he just did that skip.
Yeah, Lemon's gonna be very sad here, but
the sadness will probably be taken away by the fact that he can now run fast everywhere he goes, which is nice. And he also can go do the Pegasus Boots treasure dungeon.
Yeah, that'll be something I hope he does soon. But then that would be on his way to Thieves, depending on when he switches into Laurel.
I don't know, I feel like I would definitely do it, but LemonKong is not I, so we'll see. Got that incredibly nice first try trial skip too. That's crazy. Grabbed his fairies, and now he's headed to the final boss.
Br00ty with that super smooth quick equip onto Bo.
Yeah, Bo is very useful during this final battle here, because he likes to use his trident to make it rather difficult to hit him, but you can sneak in quite a few shots with the bow. I need to do that more often. He's skipping the treasure dungeon, walked right past it. He's gonna turn in the 4th Master Ore, which I'm a little curious as to what that is. So that's fun. Although he needs to go from the bottom left and get that guy's attention down there, I believe. Oh, or that. Yeah, I've not seen Lemon play too many randos. I don't know if that treasure dungeon is something he has difficulty with, and maybe just out of principle he wants to skip it.
I bet
he did walk right past it.
I bet he's just trying to be done as fast as possible. But I don't know.
He made up a lot of time really quick. He flew through those last 2 dungeons. Ice Ruins, I feel like is one of the longer dungeons in the game. It's very intimidating and overwhelming, especially as someone who's used to skipping it every time. So he did a great job flying through that. Yeah, now he's gonna go straight to Thieves.
LemonKong doing the classic 2-3-1.
Weren't you supposed to check to see that wasn't Bow of Light, Jim? What do you mean? There's not... Wait! Zelda here at the very end. At the very end of the scene, when all we have left is to fight the final boss, hooking us up with the bell, we can now teleport to any of the weather vanes that we have uncovered over the past 2 hours. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be making use of it. That's amazing.
Stream seeming to have also suffering a bit.
Internet issues are no fun. Hopefully his router's okay.
Hopefully the laptop's okay.
We are $100 away from reaching that $4,000 total donated milestone, guys. Keep them coming. Thank you guys so much for everything. For real. I don't know what the Breath of the Wild Master Sword pull is looking like right now, but I would assume that's probably pretty close.
That Breath of the Wild Master Sword incentive is currently sitting at $159 out of $600. So we're still some ways off. People donated to many things, but not so much to that incentive.
The prizes are pretty nice, so I don't blame them.
That
will be pretty hype.
You can actually go for both, a prize and that, by the way. So
Come on, chat. Come on.
So Br00ty will be... It'll be time for Br00ty when he presses A on the Triforce.
Yeah, he's gonna get the final hit on Yuga Ganon here, but he's not actually done with the run until he walks with Zelda and presses A on the Triforce here at the end. Yeah, is Lemon aware that this is happening?
Lemon's stream is going on my screen.
Very interesting. Looks frozen to me on both the restream page and the stream. Oh, but things are happening.
OBS seeming to just do typical OBS things for Lemon, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems to be back up, which is great.
And Br00ty now unfortunately dealing with the cutscene that feels like it takes 2 billion years on the end of a good pace.
Oh, he's gonna walk a little victory lap. Okay, and that is
Br00ty
time.
flexing.
Grabbing his Triforce. GG's to Br00ty. Great job to both runners.
GG Br00ty. That was insane execution.
He flew through those last couple dungeons, especially once he got that Bow of Light. It was like boom, 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 boom. He didn't miss a single trick. That was great. LemonKong not too far behind though. He's just got to finish this dungeon and grab the Bow of Light, which hopefully he'll decide to go to where Bow of Light was.
Hopefully that happens sooner rather than later, but Lemon is seeming to just go mode thieves.
Well, luckily for him, what he's looking for is not in here, so great choice.
Also, Lemon's stream buffering on my screen, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's there's either OBS or the internet. Someone is trying to do something to hurt Lemon, and whoever you are, I urge you to stop. It's not cool. It's not polite.
The internet gods are clearly showing favoritism to Citra, unfortunately, as punishment for LemonKong getting favoritism on Green X.
True.
So I'm
definitely deserved this.
So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with Lemon's stream. It's all over the place, sadly. Currently it's down again. So
I came back for a moment just then.
Yeah, we might have to cut here, sadly. That would be really unfortunate. There it is again. It's coming back now.
Regardless of these unfortunate issues, LemonKong still did a great job. As did Br00ty, of course.
Yeah, we got a great variety of tricks shown off.
It was a super fun seed. Shout out to the B guy. For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like things are being a little consistent for now. He's at lightning speed. Yeah, honestly, a really good decision on his part to decide to go mode these last couple dungeons.
Yeah, LemonKong.
Hopefully he will consider overworld checks too. I mean, you'd think you'd be doing that. If you're deciding to skip through the dungeons, you'd want to prioritize overworld checks as well.
Yeah, it's internet. All the internet issues are probably throwing Lemon for a bit of a spin.
True. I would already be so stressed if I was racing like this, but to throw all that and that would.
Yeah,
he's
Lemon
absolutely killing it despite the circumstances.
Lemon is doing a great job handling it all.
So all you have to do is just not walk on the red blocks there, and they just won't spawn? Incredible. Incredible. The more you know.
For me, what I do is I hop down onto the switch, and that's how I do it, but I think it all just depends. I don't
Yeah,
know
that
like the
seems
exact
tighter
spawning.
placement to me.
And I guess also with these hideout while we're here, there is a theory we have of a clip that is probably pixel perfect, frame perfect. That would be incredibly TAS only, but
It's a clip for what?
you would use a obscure glitch known as merge warping, where if you like go against a wall, hold bow, go into a certain go into like a certain rectangle, release the bow, then like go to the edge of the rectangle and press A on the right frame, you'll like merge into the wall even though you're not against it. And the idea is you do that at the same time you pick up a skull to clip through the floor of thieves. It is a wild theory we have. Nobody's been able to replicate it.
Yeah, Citra does not have the most powerful task tools either, huh?
Yeah, not really. It's kind of bites.
Wow, he flew through this dungeon. I swear he just entered, and now he's only got 2 chests left, and then he's gonna go say hello to the boss. I wonder what his order of operations to figure out where this last item is. I would definitely be assuming it's somewhere, either hookshot or boots locked. I think he's checked most of his hookshot checks at this point. Sounds like we are going to get Br00ty in here in a moment to talk about the seed and his decision-making process. So definitely drum roll for the guy. Who knows when that'll be, but evidently it's soon.
The classic soon TM.
There goes Link. He's got to put the Master Sword back. If I was him, I would keep it, but I guess I'm really selfish.
And LemonKong stream unfortunately dying again.
He was really not that far behind, though.
Yeah, it was just that bow of light and hook. It was that bow of light that pretty much cost everything for Lemon.
Yeah, it was a pretty long check that it was at, so understandable to skip it for time's sake there.
Yeah, and it was definitely a string of multiple items being required.
Almost a nice total rupee count. You see him waving his mouse around it. Very excited.
Very close to a 69 there.
Hey, congratulations! GG's.
Oh, thank you. That was wild.
The B guy was very polite to you there.
That was a very close race.
Yeah, that was super entertaining.
Yeah, damn. The Pegasus Boots location and the hookshot locations were terrible. I thought those were so funny to find.
Well, once you had the Pegasus Boots, it was just boom, 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 boom.
Dude, for real.
The end of that.
I had a good feeling.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, I had a good feeling as soon as I found Pegasus Boots to go and check the boot spawn because it was such a late boots. I was like, there's gotta be something here.
Yeah, you missing that soft locking in the sand and having to death warp back to Link's house really came in clutch with getting the bow of light. Dude, just kind of conveniently put you right next to it. It's like, okay, guess I'll go grab this now.
I was honestly low-key panicking right there because I was like, wait, what do I do? Like, I didn't mean to fall down here, but I forgot I could just die, go back to Link's house, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna hit this since it's here. That was wild.
Yeah, that was like the most lucky mistake I've ever seen somebody make.
Lemon, GG's.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, GG's.
That
Yeah,
was very, very close. You guys
Was
killed
it?
it. Yes.
Yeah, it was basically right until the end, until you basically not getting boots in Bow of Light. It was
Where
like
was Bow of
dead
Light?
even. Pegasus Boots Treasure Dungeon.
Oh, I ran right past it.
You ran
I was
right past it to turn in the Master Ore. I was like, no.
Dude, no.
I was panicking. I felt like I wasted so much time.
Yeah,
Just
that was a very unfortunate internet situation. You did a great job given the circumstances. For real.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it was.
mostly happy with it. It just kind of went downhill. Like halfway through Swamp, I was like, this is taking too long, and I want to do the checks, but also I need to finish.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah, but yeah, you were even with Broody for like the first hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, you guys were
Damn.
just both going to. Like, you guys did different dungeons, which was really entertaining, but you guys were both just clearing out dungeons at the same time, neck and neck. It was super entertaining. Great job, guys.
Dude. Hell yeah, I'm glad that it was at least a close race.
Yeah, I'm glad it was. I hope it was entertaining.
It was awesome.
It was very entertaining. You guys showed a great variety of tricks, and I'm glad, Lemon, it wasn't your laptop.
That's true. It hasn't exploded yet.
Yes, oh my god.
We were like, oh no, did his laptop explode?
No, I'm honestly not sure what happened. I don't know. I guess I had some router issue or something. I was absolutely terrified going into Eastern Palace, though. I thought for sure I was wasting a dungeon, and if flippers didn't show up on Irene, that was all going to be for nothing.
Oh yeah, that you routed that really nicely with going to Eastern right before Dark Palace. Br00ty killed it by going to Eastern Palace super early. I was really nervous about that decision, but wow, did that pay off with both the mitts and the flippers. That
Dude,
does
yeah,
not usually happen.
I was I didn't want to do it at first because I only had bombs and that was the only way I could stun Yuga. And you saw how big of a pain in the ass that was, but it paid off, I feel like.
Yeah,
so.
definitely ended up working out.
Oh, I panicked in that Yuga fight because I realized I didn't have arrows. I didn't have anything I usually fight that boss with.
Dude, yeah, right. It was pretty much just bombs and sword, and that was it.
I think I pulled out Ice Rod for a second because I was like, is this going to work? And I think you can do it, but not the way I was doing it. When did you get to low roll? Because I got there with just the lamp.
He took
that
a
was
while
super sketchy.
to get there. He got there way.
Yeah, Broody was vibing in the overworld for a long time.
Yeah,
but it was still even since Broody was getting some items here and there.
Yeah, I was like, I should probably go to low roll now, and then I would look at the tracker and be like, well, I should probably route this way around, and then it just kept being more and more, and I was like, wow, I should probably dip now.
How did you feel about that Zelda item there at the end?
Dude, I don't know if you guys heard it, but I did play a laugh track for a second. I could not stop laughing over here. Oh,
that was very unexpected and very hilarious. Never seen that before. Hope I never see that again.
It was definitely a rando moment.
I'm a little scared. What was it?
Oh, it was Bell. Bell was on Zelda.
Yeah. Oh my god. Jim, what are you doing?
Jim said that they didn't know about that. I don't know if I believe him. But apparently they didn't check that until the seed had started. I don't know.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, oh well. Honestly, the only thing I think I really messed up was the Flippers treasure dungeon. I went in there with almost no health, and I realized halfway through doing the trick that I had to be super, super conservative with it. So I kept failing it over and over because I was afraid I was going to fall into the water too many times.
Yeah, those bombs were not being polite to you. I swear you were throwing it far enough so many times. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I'm
were
still
just-
It wasn't
playing
meant to
really
be.
quickly.
It wasn't meant to be.
yeah, I
Hey,
can't.
felt like perfect Green X RNG. So
It was a really good seed. Shout out to Jim for rolling like 50 seeds and looking at them and picking a really good one for this race / showcase.
Dude, yeah, seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That,
Thanks to
that
Jim.
takes,
Thanks to everybody who helped out with this. Really, you guys are great.
thank you, Lemon, for continuing to play even when your internet was just giving you the finger.
Dude, I was so afraid to keep going through that.
oh,
Just climbing ice. I actually fell off the ice cavern a couple times. I don't think anybody saw it, and I'm
Luckily,
kind of glad
no.
for that.
Honestly, if you said nothing, none of us would have known.
you ratted yourself out.
I guess I did. It's a good thing this isn't being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Alrighty, friends. This was a great one. Sadly, didn't quite end the way we wanted, but sometimes you just can't control everything during an online marathon. Still, massive shout out to both of you, Lemon and Broody, and also to our volunteer team, to Flora, to DGod, and to Jim on doing the tracking. I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. Thank you all so much. We're gonna be back with more Link to a Between World Randomizer at some later date. And now I'm gonna go back to break, and we're gonna be back with a Minish Cap race in any percent. See you very soon.
Ooh.
Thank you, Trez, for holding the event and giving me the chance to commentate, as well as everyone else here.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for letting us display a little bit of what a Link Between Worlds rando can be.
Sure.
Make sure you guys go check out twitch.tv/Br00ty and twitch.tv/LemonKong. Give them a follow. Very cool people, very good Link Between Worlds players and other game players.
And I guess also, if you're interested in learning this game, the links to the speedrunning and randomizer Discord are both in the ZSR Discord. So, and we would like to see you learn this game. We can always use new runners, and we can use you to try to bribe Herediman into allowing emulator.
Oh my god, yes.
All right. Couldn't have said it any better. All right, everybody, take it easy.
All right.